Doc, you know my favorite thing to do? You know my favorite thing is seeing Republicans and conservatives and MAGA get dunked on. And what my most favorite thing is somebody that we both genuinely do not like. Okay,
Ooh,
I take that back. Look, Royce, if you came out here and stop being crazy, maybe I could reconsider how I feel about some of the things you do. But I mean, even that you have yeah, I can't. You've done some bad stuff, some
not to
stuff we're
me.
not even going to mention on the show because we don't. But
Yeah.
Minnesota is a bad rep out here, especially when it comes to the women in our population. So I'll just leave it at that. But so my guy Isaiah Stewart, he is a Democrat. I want to say from the state of Texas. My brain's not too good. I smoke a lot of weed. I believe he helped Crockett with her campaign. Um, very intelligent, uh, Gen Zer. Has a
He's an
bright
excellent
future.
debater.
Excellent debater. I mean, my favorite thing he'll say is like, got your dream shaking." I love when he says that to
Well,
people. So, Stephen A. Smith, who I think is a sample through and through, he had my boy Isaiah and Royce in a debate. Um, Honestly, bro, I'm not even trying to like, maybe because like my politics align, but with Isaiah and so the thing he says makes sense. But like, Royce doesn't know shit about shit, and so he just looks so bad. Like, he can't answer simple questions. And so I got two videos for us to watch. Isaiah breaks him down. Because if the whole debate 53 minutes, and I watched it all one time. Um, Long story short, it's a lot of like people like Isaiah asking the question. It's a lot of Royce asking Isaiah a question. Isaiah trying to clarify the question because obviously like a lot of these questions are like pre-opposed. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask you like, well, obviously Biden was an idiot because he let all these immigrants in. It's like, well, wait, what? Like you know what I'm saying? You have to peel that back if you're on the other side.
yeah.
You're pre-opposing the question, like, well, what do you like? I gotta answer. I gotta. So like that's what the other side. That's what that side does. They'll just kind of say the gish gallop a question to you, and then you have to like try to dissect it because you can't answer it the way you want to answer it. So, anyways, so I'll play the video.
Almost
I
sounds
don't know
like it
why.
wasn't a full on actual debate. It sounds like one side was trying to have gotcha moments on somebody without having a proper discussion on, I guess, changing of perspectives. Let's put it simply.
Yeah, like it wasn't. It was. Yeah, I mean that's what like you're not really having a debate. You're just trying to get your points off. Honestly, and he does that. I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna call it when I hear if I hear it. It's just weird, like thing he says all the time. I don't remember if he says it in this typical in this specific debate, but he says it a lot typically. So
You know, that's the thing that gets me with some of these debates is usually you have one person who comes very knowledgeable with knows their facts and knows their things, and then you got, I guess, somebody who's just been faking the funk. And yeah, it gets me sometimes when it's like, this is not really a debate because this other
no,
person is being disingenuous.
like if you were somebody coming from a neutral point of view and you walk like you're coming from Switzerland, right? You want to hear a discussion between these two people. You're gonna tell who was here to have their talking points and get off. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That feeling of like I had to say what I wanted to say
yeah,
versus somebody trying to have an actual conversation and get to like the root of the issue and come up with
exactly.
a solution. Um, yeah. So this is Isaiah. I keep saying Isaiah Stewart. This is Isaiah Martin. I will not call him Isaiah Stewart ever again. It's Isaiah Martin. Again, from yeah, I knew you from Texas. He's a congressional candidate from Texas. I didn't, so former U.S. congressional candidate from Texas. Great debater. So we'll pop it off. So this is the first video. It should be pretty quick, and then we'll watch the second one. and I can't play. I can't play there.
I happen to believe that if every single person that is illegal and they haven't committed a crime here or elsewhere, and they agree to pay every single tax, state, federal, and local, and they agree to pay an additional tax of 7% for 7 years, and they do that, that's something that will then we'll be able to give American citizenship to. It'll create
Of
billions
course
of
you
dollars
believe
for
that.
us right here,
Of
for the
course you believe
taxpayer,
that.
that we can use to cut taxes for Americans and ensure that we can actually go and put trades back in schools for our young people. That is something that is an America First policy that is vastly better than the hundreds of billions of dollars that Trump is in line to spend
No.
to go and do this
Well,
mass deportation program, which ultimately hasn't yielded anything for us anyway.
What's up, my fellow Americans? You know, I was on the Stephen A. Smith show, and we had a very interesting debate with this guy named Royce White. If you don't know Royce, he used to be an NBA player, not for very long, but he was an NBA player. Most recently, he was the Republican nominee, I think, for Senate in Minnesota. Didn't go too well. Of course, the Democrats really sending a very strong message in that one. But anyways, we were talking about the border, and you know, for a very long time, you know, this might be a little bit of a longer intro because for a long time in this country, we've been talking about comprehensive immigration reform, but you know, we never really put substance behind what that actually means, and I kind of get sick of that. You know, I think that we gotta have the guts to put our ideas on paper on what that actually looks like. So I actually wanted to debate about the merits of what I think would actually reform the system when it comes to immigration reform. Royce didn't like that very much, and he pivoted a million different directions. It was crazy, but he got cooked. I want you to watch it. I'll see you on the other side.
Oh, there's no accord. We're well past the accord. These people just lie. Like, for example, I brought up the illegal immigrant situation. He hasn't addressed it one time since he's talked, you know, since he's spoken. He refuses to address that the Joe Biden administration and the Democrats as a party, as a political movement, believe in.
So yeah, this is like I just want to give people context. This is like midway into the debate, and it's true. So what he said, what they talk about the border, and he wanted Isaiah to admit that he let 20 million illegal immigrants into this country, that Joe Biden had open borders, and again, it's a bad faith question. That's all it really is, because that's not like I can't answer a lie. So that's what he keeps doing. So when Isaiah that's what they're kind of getting into right now, just to
okay.
give people some context.
And support condone let in 20 to 15 million foreign invaders. He won't even address it. And that's not by accident. It's on purpose. This country cannot be the only country in the world without a border. Okay. We should not let unlimited amounts of people come into this country. And it does have an effect on our culture, on our communities, and the economy. But that's not even the real issue. And what I said about the economy is 100% accurate. He's talking about President Trump. I'm talking about how the system works, which is why after George Floyd died, I led people to the Federal Reserve because I wanted to educate them on how monetary policy actually works, not to point all of their anger and animosity at police, which are government workers, by the way, working class people who bear a lot of the same economic burden that many of the people who protested them bear. But how does the money actually flow? How does it work? That's not even the real issue. When I say there's no accord to have,
Do you see what he's doing? It's just a gish gallop of thoughts. They're talking about the border, and he's talking about how the money works.
It's at completely different topics.
He's just saying shit. And that's
Yeah.
my thing. I'm gonna say a lot, yo. I'm gonna say that. He's just saying shit. Joker Tango. He's just talking. That's something I got from the Do Better podcast. Shout out to you, Coop. He is nothing. He's trying to wiggle out of the conversation by, this is a good way to debate, to watch people on a debate. So I'm gonna shut up, but he's not saying
these
anything.
people believe in cutting off little boys' penises, mutilating children, giving them hormone blockers. It's a pillar of their platform. They're not shy about it. Minneapolis is now the transgender capital. You're talking about people who are under 13, 12, 11 years old being influenced into something that is
This is a border conversation.
Yeah.
And look what he's talking about.
This is what
completely
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but this is it's typically expected, where you're just going to try to derail the discussion or the topic at hand. You know.
Like, what are we? Okay, what you? Wait, okay, okay. I'm gonna shut up.
Completely unjustifiable by any medical standard worth its salt that hasn't
Even
been
Stephen
captured
A.
by the
Smith,
same
like, what the fuck?
academic philosophy, but certainly by any historical standard. The two universal standards for having a country: you have a border that you control, and you do not normalize cutting off your son's penises or mutilating them through hormone blockers and medicine. So there is no accord with these people. They're unmoored from reality, and they want to talk. You know, they talk fast. They bring a bunch of buzzwords and things like that to distract you from the issues. The reason they don't like me is because I'll bring you right back to the root issue. You let in 15 million foreign invaders, and you believe in cutting off little boys' penises. We should never give these people the government back under any circumstances. So there's certainly not an accord.
Royce, not at any point wanted to address anything when it comes to the economy. And,
I
I understand that you might not necessarily
addressed
have anything when it comes to that, so it's not really surprising. But ultimately, Stephen A., I do think that to get back to the root of your question about how we can come to an accord, I think that it's just by using common sense. And I think that one of the things that you do very well is that you go and you kind of cut through a lot of the smoke and you kind of stick to the facts. And I think that that's really what we need more of. And once again, when you have a Republican, an independent, and a Democrat coming together to say that there was no immediate threat to the United States and Trump launches a war anyway, I would say that's a lack of common sense, especially Stephen A., because you know how difficult it is in Washington for people of all sides of the political spectrum to come together to agree on anything. I would say the same thing when it comes to this absolute waste of our tax dollars that's going on in our government right now, with Trump spending unlimited sums of money. People said that the tariffs, the broad-based tariffs, were completely ridiculous, but he did it anyway. The Committee for Responsible Budget, Republican, Independent, and a Democrat, all are on this committee, and they've come together and they've said these things. So, I think that ultimately we've got to be.
I don't want to posit too much, but I need to make a point. He's giving you information. This isn't just I need you guys to understand the difference between someone is talking about whatever and then bringing up actual facts of people in the committee of a bipartisan conversation who are talking how the tariffs don't work.
Yeah.
He's not bullshitting you.
Like, even just compare from what you listen from Royce to what you're hearing now, like, who's actually a logical
Royce
thinker
is
between the
talking
two,
about fake. No one's cutting. Okay, I can't guarantee that, right? And I'm not out here at looking at every single scientific book and every surgery that's happened. But from what I know, that's not a thing going on in our country, guys. Kids cannot have bottom surgery until they go well beyond puberty.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take it from me. Go and read about it.
Yeah. And I think this is also another perfect example of, Royce
It's
is
just
a basketball player trying to be a politician. This is a politician playing politics. To be a politician, you gotta understand the world and the country and the economy and the shit that you're gonna be dealing with and the change you're gonna try to bring forward. But you can see it on how he's addressing it, actual versus how Royce is just kind of talking but not saying shit.
to piggyback on that, we need to get, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I feel people can do whatever they want to do in this world. If you want to be a politician and you're a basketball player, I feel that there's in some lanes you can do that. But you have to do the work to get to that. You can't go from, you know, varsity basketball to the pros. But for some reason, people try to do that in politics,
Yeah.
and you're not doing your research. You're not making things that you can back up, and you're just saying that one side, that the Democratic Party wants to cut little kids' dicks off. What are we talking about?
But
That's not even true.
part of that I blame us as society because I've noticed something with politics. I guess it's the easiest profession for somebody to be able to fake the funk, and by that I mean a lot of times people are kind of ignoring the facts, and you're kind of going for the smooth talker. Like the person who speaks well is a person who captures most people's attention. But
Well, I guess it's capitalism, bro. Like people
yeah,
think because you make money, you have money, you've been around money,
it makes you
you are somewhat smarter than somebody
a
else.
competent leader, and it's
It's
like
pretty
it doesn't work
obvious
like
that's
that.
not. Yeah, it's not true. That's not a true thing, and it's pretty obvious that you need to do the work in order to be in a certain group of people. It is clear as day. I mean, you may be somebody who thinks versus talking some scholarship and facts, but
Yeah.
You go do your own research and stop looking up stuff that backs up your bias.
Yeah.
Take it from me. What he's saying is bullshit. And I don't have to I'm not gonna bring up the information, but he's he's not saying anything. Cause they're talking about the economy and the border. He's talking about little kids. Like, this is weird.
Not even
Well,
bringing up any policies or
no poli-
anything. It's like, okay.
That's a good point. I think we said last time. Like, he's running for Senate. He's not saying any of the policies that he's gonna do to change anything, even to change the fact that people are cutting little boys' dicks off. He's not talking about when I become a senator, I'm gonna vote for blah 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 blah, because based off this data that I got from the bipartisan, he's not doing what Isaiah is doing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Be able to operate off of a set of facts. But, Royce did bring up the border, so I think this is a really good time to go talk about it. I don't support open borders. I've never supported open borders. I'm somebody
Okay, I'm wrong. So they were talking about the economy. Royce brought up borders.
who's visited the border multiple times. I hope, Royce, that you've done the same. I've talked to multiple Border Patrol agents, and I know that ultimately, in order for us to go and have a strong border, we've got to give Border Patrol the resources that they need. I fully support doing that. Now, I say that you then have to determine what you're going to do for the people that are here that are undocumented. I happen to believe that if every single person that is illegal and they haven't committed a crime here or elsewhere, and they agree to pay every single tax, state, federal, and local, and they agree to pay an additional tax of 7% for 7 years, and they do that, that's something that we'll be able to give American citizenship to. It'll create billions of dollars for us right here for the taxpayer that we can use to cut taxes for Americans and ensure that we can actually.
I don't want to cut it off too much. I'm going to play, but he's saying, of course, you believe in that. Why did so like they're already here? They're already here, and you like can you maybe I'm just being ignorant, Rock, but like wouldn't that be something that like they would agree with because you're taxing the immigrants that are here, benefit from the country. You know what I mean? Like they're working, so they're getting some type of benefit. If we made it easier, if we had a more comprehensive way for people to come here and we keep track of them, you could tax them more.
Yeah.
And then in 7 years, they can get their citizen, whatever you want to do, and then the country benefits.
Big time forward. It's like that's part of the reason why we've been able to kind of stay ahead of most places because of that, because of exactly what you just described.
You would think
And
Republicans would be like, you think that, you hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make it make sense, but Democrats, they say they want more immigrants here. Do you think Democrats wouldn't like that? You think Republicans would be trying to tax the immigrants that are coming here because they're going to come here anyways?
yeah,
Like even because that's part of our constitution. We are a we let people. We are what's it called, bro? Not a when people are leaving a country due to like war. What are they called?
refugees,
Refugees. We are a
yeah,
country that
asylum
allows
seekers,
us. Yeah, we have like that's the thing in our constitution.
yeah.
So why not just make it easier and like you get what I'm trying. I know I'm not making sense, y'all, but I'm trying to say like you did it. If it was in a world that was logical, the Republican would be fighting to charge these
Yeah.
people, other than trying to kick them out and pay
I
billions
mean,
of dollars to kick them out.
yeah. I mean, they're being idiots because to point it out, it's like the H-1B1 visa is one of the main reasons why America is so advanced. It's because, I mean, the best and the brightest have been coming here and studying here and then end up staying here and building their technology and the companies here. So, because it's been a lot of foreigners who immigrated to the U.S. and then ended up like working extra hard to for a lot of the tech that we actually see in this country. So it's kind of like it's a bit ridiculous that they have kind of like forgotten like the benefits of actually being, I guess, a global country. It's like you're kind of like a multilingual or multi-race country. Just to kind of like allowing, because like you get some of the best minds coming over in this way, and it's like so now you're just gonna
Do you
chase
really
them
think
all
they
the
don't
way.
want that, or is it just 'cause they don't like Mexican and black folk, or African
No, it's
people?
absolutely that they don't like brown and black folks because you're seeing it with like the South African refugees right now. It's only been the white South
Yeah,
Africans
like
that have been let in.
it,
I mean, even scratch that. Trump and his administration and all those people have said it out loud. Like, no, Why can't we just get like people from like European countries? Like, why do we have to get this other people from these
Shithole
terrible
country.
countries? You know.
Yeah,
So
just fucked up. That's
yeah,
like crazy to
but
say.
the funny thing about it is you're seeing even a lot of economists saying like, okay, now you're going to be pushing the brighter minds now to like China, for example, to be
Hmm.
studying there, and and that's how China will eventually become an official, the main superpower. It's like,
And if you like, I'm all for like strong borders if that's what you want to do, but like make it easier. Like I just it's logical to make it easier for people to come over here and you can keep track of it. You can tax them. Like Isaiah's spitting. Like I don't know. I'm gonna let this play out and
To go and put trades back in
yeah.
schools for our young people. That is something that is an America First policy that is vastly better than the hundreds of billions of dollars that Trump is in line to spend
No.
to go and do this mass deportation program, which ultimately hasn't yielded anything for us anyway.
Of course, he believes we should tax these people and find these people and let them stay in our country. It's
For
a
tax
passive.
revenue.
For tax revenue, right? For the expansion of the IRS and the federal government, further expansion.
No,
by
I just told
assimilating
you to
illegal
cut
immigrants.
taxes,
Yeah, no, yeah.
and to put trades back in
Yeah.
schools. Are
Since-
you
since-
opposed to trades in schools?
when has the federal government ever expanded?
Are
When
you
was the
opposed
last
to
time
trades in schools?
when was the last time the federal government expanded and the tax
Are you
rate
opposed
went
to
down?
trades in schools, Russ?
When was the last time the federal government
Are
expanded
you
and the
opposed to
tax
that?
rate went down? When was
I'm
the
just
last
asking you.
time the federal government expanded and the tax
Royce,
rate went
you're
down?
doing a lot of dream shaking like Elijah on the summit right now. I'm just asking you.
When was the
Do
last
you
time the
support,
federal government expanded and the tax rate
You
went
said
down?
it.
Royce? We're talking
When
about
was
the
the
plan
last
that I
time the
just
federal
said.
government
And see, this
expanded
is what I'm
and
talking
the
about,
tax
Stephen A.
government
You
went
can't
down?
even
When
have
the tax rate went
constructive
down?
dialogue.
Let him answer. Go ahead, Isaiah.
No, wait. I didn't answer Mike. Wait, hold
Okay,
on. I
well,
didn't
well,
answer.
I mean,
well, go ahead. I'm just saying, but
this
you
is
asked
why,
the same you asked the same question in 5 times. That's all I'm saying. He's
First
asking
of
about
all,
something.
no,
Well,
no,
go
no.
ahead. But
So
go ahead.
let's go back to the original point.
Right.
The original
You're right.
point
he
is
doesn't want to address it.
the original. I've already addressed the economy at a fundamental level.
I
We
just
have a
told
death
you
and
about
debt.
what I just
We have a
believe.
death
What?
and
I
debt
just wait
culture.
a
One at a
second.
time, fellas.
We have a
One at a
death.
time. One at a time.
We
Go
have
ahead.
a death. We have a death and debt culture that we've accepted because there are benefits for everybody across the aisle. Modern monetary theory, which is a progressive political
We're
and
talking about
economic
legal immigration.
philosophy, is a debt trap for all working class citizens across a
Why don't you
big
want to talk about the
time
border
horizon.
anymore?
I'm going to talk about the border right now. Of course, you would say that we should tax and fine these people because it's a passive aggressive way for the Democrats to get the goal that they had, which was to import unlimited, unfettered illegal
I
immigrants.
just
And now,
told you I don't support illegal
What
immigration.
is he
no,
talking?
you do because you want to let them stay.
I don't. I don't support illegal immigration.
You
But what I
just
No,
said
said
he
you
was,
said
don't let them stay.
Isaiah, he's saying you do because you want them to stay. You're not willing to find them and
Yeah.
deport them. That's what he's saying.
well,
What? What? That's not what he's saying. He was saying that he thinks that Democrats want illegal immigrants here. That's all he was saying. He wasn't saying that they. No, because what Isaiah said, they come here, we should. Whatever, man. He said if immigrants come here, we should tax them more. If they're already here, we should have taxed them more.
yeah, but Royce is trying to flip it and saying because of him wanting that, he's for illegal immigration. Like,
That doesn't make any sense, man.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And
My
that's why he's
brain
not
doesn't make-
allowing Isaiah to respond.
And
It's a
Stephen
whole
A.
tactic
back.
to derail things.
Well, Stephen A. bailed him out. He said, "Well, you don't." He's saying you don't want to deport them. You want them to stay here. Well, that, but and tax them. Yeah, like tax them more money and deport the illegal. Like, sure, but if they're already working, I don't get why you would deport them anyway. They're already working. Like, shit.
because this is what I'm saying. What's happening right now?
Wait a
Trump is
minute,
currently
what?
spending what Spain is spending on their military to go and deport only 5% of violent convicted criminals. To me, I
Why
think that
is
is
that?
a lack of common sense.
Why is
What
that?
I said needs to happen
It's
is
'cause
that for
Spain is
those people that
subsidized
are
by
here that are
America. That's why.
undocumented,
What?
excuse me, Royce. For
Spain's
those that are here
military is
that are
subsidized
Hold
by
on,
NATO.
Huh?
if they
Fella,
agree to pay,
let me say this real quick. Neither one of y'all getting cut off. So just one at a time, because I ain't edited any of this. You trust me. Y'all,
Yeah.
this ain't television.
You heard what Roy said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that. All right. Hopefully they address that.
You get cut off in 8 minutes. So you ain't got to interrupt one another. It's airing, all of
Yeah.
it. Go ahead, Isaiah. And come
Yeah.
back to you, Royce.
what I'm saying is that we have to determine as a country, what do we want to do with our tax dollars? Royce might believe in spending hundreds of billions of dollars, potentially trillions of dollars on this wasteful mass deportation program. I say that for those people that are here that are undocumented, this is an opportunity for them to have an earned pathway to citizenship
Mm.
that will create billions of dollars for us that we can use to put trades back in schools for our young people. We have a big problem in America where a lot of children are told that they have to go to college in order to be successful. And while that might be the case for some, and for many people in America, I happen to believe that we should create another pathway. I think that we have gotten away from trades back in schools for so many people across this country. And if this is an avenue to fund an America First policy, which is to teach our young people a trade if they do not want to go to college, I do not understand how someone like Royce can get on here and be against that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that might have been a record for the most times I've seen.
So that's pretty much it for that video. He doesn't address anything. He
No,
just has his talking points,
he's
yo.
just a yeah, he's just a bullshitter, you know. It's just literally bullshit soup with him, and that's why. So I don't like those kind of like this specific people like that, where I just kind of knew like, damn, it's not gonna be a debate. It's gonna be more of him trying to have gotcha moments without really stating any facts or anything educational, because like anything Royce was saying was nothing beneficial to the conversation. I'm not gonna lie. Like he wasn't saying any
Royce,
policies. He wasn't saying any facts. He
yeah.
wasn't stating any dates. He wasn't like I don't know. It's like it's very disingenuous to show up to a discussion and that's your approach to it. And then when the other party is trying to actually, I really wanted to hear some of the stuff that Isiah wanted to say, but it was getting cut off a lot, and you could tell like Isiah had to restructure his
Well,
points a little bit there.
Isaiah's trying to put, he was trying to put Royce in the corner, um, and Royce would just wiggle out by saying you believe in illegal immigration. Um,
I mean,
but
I'm gonna add to that. I don't even think he was trying to put Royce in the corner. I think Isiah was actually trying to have a discussion and a
you think
debate.
so? I
Yeah,
think
I
when you
think Royce
say,
was just there to argue. Yeah,
I think when you say like Royce, you don't agree with trades in schools, it puts Royce at least on the back foot because you have to, if you answer it, you like he didn't answer the question.
exactly.
He
Yeah,
just kept saying, "When was the last time the federal government? What he said the taxes went down when we expanded
yeah,
the federal what that has nothing to do with anything." He said he wanted the federal tax money to go to trades in school. Like, it, yo. So I'm not. This may not be the best breakdown, but I'm trying to get people to understand in these videos that like you're smarter than this, yo. You can see it. You can just listen with your ears and pick up what people are saying, and also take in consideration what the other side is saying. If they're saying things that are actually database, go look into it maybe a little bit before you make a decision to vote for someone like Royce White. Like Royce White's I'm not trying to cuss. I'm trying, yo. But he's not smart. He's not. He's not. When it comes to politics, he might know how to run a good basketball offense and run a pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? And call it the defense. I would trust Royce with that in basketball, but I don't trust Royce in politics. He can't have a normal conversation about the economy. He brings up the border, and then he can't have a conversation about the border. So, I'm gonna let you close it out, Rock.
man, how much to say apart from don't waste your time with disingenuous people who are not really speaking anything factual on it. It's just it's annoying, dude. It's so
Mm.
annoying listening to like when you're trying to get facts, but somebody's just coming back with some bullshit. And this also happens in real life, you know, in your personal life. You'll try to have
Yep.
a discussion with somebody, some of your friends, or you might be even at a party at a house party, and you can tell somebody's not being really genuine on a debate. They're
Hmm.
really trying to argue, and I was just saying, man, hey, don't waste your time. Just move on.
Yeah, I do that. When people start saying stuff that is like vehemently not true, I just kind of like don't say anything because I don't feel like having a debate really. But yeah, man, I agree.
But all right, yo.
Don't waste your time. And yeah, it's another just dope Just Joe podcast. We'll cover the part 2 in the next episode, y'all.
On it. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. And yeah, don't argue with fools.
Yeah, don't do it. Be here, so.